through the situation? What would maybe a caring mother say to their child? Maybe, how will I learn if it's not okay to make mistakes? Also to look to acknowledge your strengths. Start by writing out a list of things you're good at and what others have or do to say about you. To notice the positives. And at the end of the day, to ask yourself, what have I done or tried today that I've never done or tried before? What have I done to help other people? Who has helped me? What have I enjoyed doing today? So, identifying, the positives out of your day, looking at, whether you want to, call them mini wins, acknowledging, what, even, you set a goal, and just saying out loud and writing down, I achieved this. So, there's this concept of the poison parrot, and I'll just read through so just another way to kind of, look at when it comes to self-esteem. So, to imagine you're given a parrot, this parrot is just a parrot. It doesn't have any knowledge, wisdom, or insight. It's bird brained after all, so it recites things parrot fashion without any understanding or comprehension. It's a parrot. However, the particular parrot is known to be poisonous, so it's specifically trained to be unhelpful to you, continuously commenting on you in your life. And it continues to put you down. So example would be the bus gets stuck in a traffic jam and you arrive at work 5 minutes late. The parrot just sits there and says, there you go again, late. You just can't manage to get there on time. If you left the house earlier, you could have arrived. Useless, waste of space, so seeing that repetition of the negative thoughts. So how long would you put up with this abuse before you're getting rid of the parrot? Yet, we can often put up with the thoughts from this internal bully for far too long. We hear that a parrot will leave the parrot and naturally get upset. That then affects the way we live our lives, the way we behave towards others and how we are, what we think about others, and what we think about the world and how we think and feel about ourselves. We can learn to use this. Just notice that parrot and cover the cage. There's that parrot again. I don't have to listen to it. Then go and do something else. To put your focus of attention on something other than a parrot. The parrot is poisoned though, and it won't give up easy, so you'll need to use that antidote and be persistent in your practice. So eventually it'll get tired of the towel, tired of you not responding. You'll notice it less and less. It may just give up on the poison as your antidote overcomes it, or perhaps fly off wherever poison parrots go. So I know it could be, a silly example if you feel like, but it's just identifying, how our thoughts can really affect us. But when you look at it at a different perspective, or being in someone else's shoes, looking at, what would you say to them, or what would you have in that situation? So I want to take, most of the rest of the time to just identify, different parts, with yourself. So the first thing is reflecting on some questions about yourself. So I'm going to share my screen, and this is about me. So I'm going to give everyone about 5 or so minutes to think about things that you're good at, compliments that you have received, what you love about yourself, challenges that you have overcome, how you helped others, things that make you unique, what you value most, and times that you made others happy. So just take, about 5 minutes to reflect on these questions, and then we'll open it back up to group. Alright, so I want to just open it back up to the group. Um, and just gonna start off, who would like to share some things that you're good at? And if not, we can open it up to all the boxes and just, who would like to share, whether, it's something that you like about yourself, how you help others, what you value. So I'll open up this entire sheet to hear from some people. Yeah.
For what I like about myself, I said that I have a good sense of humor, and I'm usually there to listen to people. I'm caring in that way, I guess.
Yeah, it's them, right? Just hearing, caring, empathetic. So once you are able to identify one thing, that can then lead. Okay, what are other positive thoughts that you can have about yourself? Who else would like to share something, about yourself? Okay, so I just want everyone to grab a piece of paper and then something to draw with as well. All right. So I'm going to share my screen one last time, and this is just how we're going to spend the last bit of group is identifying and looking at this concept of the self-esteem bucket. So for this is about what builds your bucket. So when we look at, notice what you do well and know. So, exercise, master new skill, help someone. But I also want to look at, what mends the holes, whether it's, being creative, gratitude, spending time alone. Also, having that balance of spending time with friends. But also, what puts your holes in your bucket? So, do you identify with negative thinking? Being around people who put you down. So, what do your support systems look like? Are they more, neutral support or destructive? Or, are they where, what fills your bucket? They could be positive supports. Yeah. Maybe you're prioritizing other people, doing too much for everyone else, and worrying about what others think. So, going through this again, what fills your bucket, what puts your holes in your bucket, and also what allows you to mend the holes. So I'm going to give everyone about, 7 minutes to just, to draw, to think and reflect on this, and then we'll open it up to the group to finish off. Alright, so I just want to open it up to the group and just to hear from our sponsor too about what's in your bucket, whether you want to share what fills your bucket, what meant the holes, or also what causes the holes. Who would like to share? Versus?
So I put that what fills my bucket, exercise and like getting good grades. What puts holes in my bucket, negative people and like overextending myself, because I tend to do that a lot. And then what mends the holes would be like using my time, like balancing my time for myself and not being so self-critical.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, just hearing how they affected, be able to choose yourself, prioritize yourself allows you to, mend those holes and just to, you mentioned, being self-critical. So how are you speaking to yourself and, looking, okay, if you do identify being self-critical, how can you become self-passionate with yourself? Would anyone else like to share what's in your bucket? Irma.
For what I put to like what fills my bucket, like learning something new, like a new skill, or just learning something new, being myself and being there for others. And what puts holes in my bucket is like criticism, negative thoughts, feeling alone, not having someone to turn to, and not being able to be myself. And what mends my holes are my dog, my art, like I create things, so my art, writing, and talking to friends.
Okay. Thanks, Irma. So, right, hearing a lot about, how supports can affect you and, wanting to identify to be your authentic self. So, this is just, a way to wrap up, talking about self-esteem and, again, how it's affected, there are, different situations that's prompted our self-esteem from experiences, but to look at, what that repetition looks like and how can, start making steps to improve self-esteem. But, behind that is identifying, how it is. So I do appreciate everyone going through this, and I'll let everyone head to break. Bye, everyone.
Morning, Mr. Reed.
Morning. Morning, Mr. Reed. Court 1 is waiting for you. Thank you. We keep Court 1 for the VIPs. Alan Reed always gets Court 1.
Yes. Don't strain anything.
Don't be a sore loser. I thought you were working through that in couples therapy.
We stopped. Divorce lawyer's cheaper than the therapist. By the way, there's someone I want to connect you with. European heiress. She's opening a club, like Soho House, but more exclusive. She needs advising. Can I send her your way?
Let me guess. You want to split the origination credit?
Of course, plus some of the billables if it comes to anything.
We'll see. What's her name?
Anna Delvey.
Yeah, man, I'm talking jet skis, influencers, models. I mean, literally, like, it's everything you can think of under the sun in the Bahamas. And get this, Ja Rule is partnering with me on this. Yeah, I'm serious, man. Ja freaking Rule. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Exactly. Yeah, he says he's always on time, so it's the perfect time to jump on.
Investors are the worst.
Investors are a bitch move. I'm all about holding on to my equity. Full ownership. total control.
Damn, girl, living large with that trust fund. Actually, I was going to talk to you. You should put some money into this. My list of investors is pretty A-list.
Invest in some party for out-of-towners.
So shady. It's going to be huge.
Thanks, but no. It's too small scale for me. By the way, Billy, last night's scene was way out of control.
There's a party. You're not supposed to be living here. Lightweight.
Morning, Mr. Reed. Have you usual?
Thank you, Camille.
Have a good day.
You too? Hey, Jules.
Hi, Dad. Nice tie. Brings out your eyes.
So how's your internship? Your mom and I are looking forward to trying your bouillabaisse. What happened?
You know how sexist kitchens are? Being in that toxic environment was hurting my soul.
Couldn't you talk to your mentor or your boss?
Of course not. This stuff is top down. You don't understand, Dad. There's this amazing retreat, and I need to get away. My credit card's maxed this month. Please, Daddy, I just need a break.
Okay, but we need to talk about what you're going to do next. Maybe we can find another cooking course.
Dad, I'm not supposed to be a chef.
But Julia...
I have to go. Thank you for the money. Say hi to Mom. Love you.
Wait, Julia...
They passed due diligence in record time. Guess they need funds for a CDO.
They've confirmed that they'll stand surety for the loan, but without a contingency of at least 12%.
You want in on this? Trust me.
That's as good as dead. And with the quarterly numbers.
They're appointing new trustees. But the fundamental
I told them they're going to have to leverage their other holdings to secure the purchase.
How do they respond?
They're scrambling estimates.
No one knows what's going on with CDO.
You don't like the painting?
Sure, it's interesting. Mr. Reed, hi. Thank you for meeting with me.
Please, have a seat. So, tell me about your foundation.
ADF, an Adelphi Foundation, is unlike any other social members club. We're going to differentiate ourselves through the curation of an exclusive art world clientele.
How's that different from Soho House, Noy House, The Wing?
It's completely different. ADF is way better than those places.
How so?
Here's my business plan. We'll have all the expected luxurious amenities, but I want to give my members more than they expect. I want to anticipate their needs.
And you've worked in the art and hospitality world previously?
No, but I understand every...
This is a huge undertaking, okay?
Mhm.
What are your metrics, your KPIs? What's your operating profit margin? Have you done your market research? How does your proposed product stack up against what's already in the marketplace?
I was born into art. I understand business. I might be young, but I have experience and my family's connections.
Of course, I didn't mean to imply otherwise, but starting a business in New York is not for the faint-hearted.
I'm aware of that, but I plan to succeed. Maybe it would be easier to start ADF in Europe, but New York is where I belong. My challenge right now is that my trust is in Germany, and I need capital here in America to get the ball rolling.
That is a major problem.
Which is why I come to you.
You have no quantifiable professional experience in this or in any other business. Plus, you have no capital in the States. It's going to be difficult for you to secure the support of an American bank without a track record. I can't help you.
I can do this. ADF will be a game changer.
Miss Delvey, I'm sorry, but I'm not convinced.
If you just give me one more chance,
I can't help you.
I can.
Thank you for coming in.
It's the 21st century, but this is still a boys' club.
You think that's why you had trouble raising funding?
I think I'm 25 and female, and they take one look at my face and my eyes and make assumptions.
But you kept going. You really wanted the money.
You have to understand there's like an endless supply of money out there. New York is swimming in capital. But talent, that's hard to come by. A vision like mine doesn't come around all the time. Genius is rare. Besides, I don't lose.
Miss Delvey.
I rushed my pitch last time, but I think if you hear me out, you'll realize that ADF is a viable business. I have the answers to all your questions, KPIs, metrics, all of it. Once I've secured the lease of the building at $4 million a year, I have a renovation budget of approximately $40 million. My advisory board includes some of the most successful names in New York real estate and hospitality. In terms of my lack of capital in America, I have my trust fund is approximately $60 million, and I can.
Miss Delvey, the answer is still no. This is not the way to do business, and the fact that you don't realize that is also a problem.
Mr. Reed.
It's a no. Goodbye, Miss Delvey.
Bye.
Anna Delvey approached you for a $40 million loan?
She did. We have an excellent track record, and many high net worth individuals come to us first.
If Anna had $60 million in her trust fund, as she alleged, why did she even need a loan? Didn't that strike you as weird?
Rich people don't risk their own money. That's where banks come in. We assume the risk and we shield the capital. If all goes well, the banks make money and they make money. In any case, Anna's assets were all in Germany, so she needed a line of credit here in the U.S. to start the ball rolling on ADF.
But you turned down her loan application.
Most people around town did. This is Wall Street.
Meaning?
This girl wanted to borrow $40 million, but was swanning around in baby doll dresses with her boobs hanging out.
So no one took her seriously.
To lend money to? No. Some of these sleazebags would shag her, sure, but she didn't look the part. This isn't Soho, the East Village. She wasn't trying to get a table with a hot new restaurant. Anna wanted to borrow a lot of money from some of the most conservative institutions in the country. She needed an in. She needed to get her bona fides in order.
How did she do that?
Well, she's a smart girl. She started to dress the part for one. Yeah, it's more than that. Do you know how money flows and circulates amongst the rich? Relationships and introductions. Anna needed a sponsor.
Miss Delvey, what are you doing here?
Your assistant's taking a very long lunch, and I got bored waiting in reception. Your daughter's pretty.
Should call security.
You know how hard it is for a young woman in business?
How is that relevant?
I have a vision. I have a sizable trust fund. I have an incredible advisory board. And yet, no one will consider my business proposal because of how I look. Think about that for a minute. If I were a man with the right accent, the right suit, from the right Ivy League college, would I still be knocking on doors? Think about what your daughter will face when she's going out into the world.
Okay. I'm listening.
Here's my business plan, which includes renovation timeframes, operating profits, key performance indicators, and other key metrics.
Go on.
I need your help to secure the finance for ADF.
With your capital abroad, it's an uphill battle.
But if anyone can make it happen, it's you. My family business is handled by Peter Henneke. He's based in Germany, but he will provide you any information you need. I will wire you a retainer right away. What do you need?
Well, gotta confirm capital, particulars of your trust.
I'll talk to Peter and I'll get him to call you today. Let's start the process.
It's gonna take a lot of legwork. I have to be sure.
I'm having a party tonight. Many of my advisors will be there. Come, please. Come to my party and see what I can do.
I can't.
You want to know how viable ADF is? Then come. Can we change this? No one wants smudged silverware. Alan! Hi!
I'm the first to arrive. This looks like a nice place.
Of course it's nice. I chose it.
Are you okay?
Sure. Why wouldn't I be? ADF is everything to me.
Your family must be very proud of what you're doing.
They don't care. My dad has always been so uninterested. So indifferent. Maybe if I was a boy, he'd be proud. Reggie! Hi.
You know Reggie Walsh?
Yeah, we met at the lobby in Ellis Reed.
Yes, I've talked to so many great people.
You guys have the best clients.
Well, she's
Oh,
not a...
Alan, come and meet Michael.
I'm so over cookies. The work is so derivative these days.
The scope of the project is mind-blowing. Anna is an architect's dream. Incredible.
They approached us to do some American Idol for Artists thing.
Along with my philanthropic arm, I have a team of AI specialists because I'm excited by how art and technology could converge. What will that intersection create?
Sounds awesome.
We experimented with freestanding installations and more conceptual stuff for a few years.
We're going back to our roots.
This one was inspired by the Omo tribes of southern Ethiopia.
Our bodies are as much a canvas as the cotton hemp kind.
We went on safari in Kenya once. Magical place. Giraffes are bigger than you expect.
At Fortress, I can guarantee that you'll get a personal, hands-on service.
Relationships are at the heart of how we do business at City National. We don't leave you on hold or force you to use apps.
But you guys don't even have an app yet, do you? Sometimes an app is convenient.
I love my Uber.
You like art, Alan?
Well, I'm more appreciative than knowledgeable. I almost got a tattoo of Michelangelo's Vitruvian Man one summer in Europe, but something stopped me.
We'd like to paint you.
Oh, no, you wouldn't want
You
it.
don't see what we do.
Which is?
Your spirit shines through, Alan.
Are you scaring Anna's lawyer?
Can everyone hear me? Alright, so I'm Chloe, by the way. Pronouns are she, her. I spoke with some of you yesterday, but I just wanted to reintroduce myself again today. And also the chat function we won't be using during this group. But also, if you have a scheduled meeting with your clinician, you can go ahead and leave. Just let me know. So, and the ground rules of this group, as you already know, please keep your face on the camera, and if asked questions about the topic, if you don't feel comfortable talking, let me know. But my rule in group is to always have everyone participate, just because it makes the group go well in my eyes. So, this group today will be the process group. So there will be some topics. Let me grab the sheet that we're going to be using today. So let's see. All right. I'm good on them. Just waking up. There we go. So, would everyone mind if we go around just saying your name and your pronouns that you would like to be using?
Hey, G, ain't you by me, right?
Yeah, well, you know where I'm at. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you by me.
Hey, yo, no funny shit. My location don't change, bro.
Nah, mine's dead, though.
So, G, if I pull up on you, you gotta grab me.
Price, I go by he and pronouns.
Alright.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, nah, I'm good at I told you I'm good at every, they gonna have to.
Hi, I'm Tommy. I go by he, him pronouns.
Right. Nice to see you again.
Hi, I'm Liam, and I go by he, him pronouns.
Alright, thank you, Liam. I know there's a few other people that we can ask. Let's see. Alright.
I'm Molly. I go by she, her pronouns.
Alright, thank you, Molly. Can I get Patrick or Carl?
My name's Patrick. I go by he, him pronouns.
Alright, thank you, Patrick.
My name is Miles. I go by he, him pronouns.
Thank you, Miles. Good to see you. Alright. We've got a few people coming in. Alright. Did I get everyone? I don't believe so. I think we have everyone. Alright, so during this group, we are going to discuss some, so this is the open process group, so it's just an open discussion group really. As like we did yesterday with healthy relationships, that's kind of the way I like to run groups. So, but my first question to everyone, what is the goal you will have for yourself? And it can be a short-term goal. So maybe think about something you want to happen in the next 2 months, let's say. Alright, let's see. Miles.
Yeah, one of my goals right now is just like to get a job. Like it was kind of like struggling for a while, just like applying to jobs with like the lack of motivation lately. But yeah, that's just one of my short-term goals right now.
Okay. So what kind of job are you looking for?
Like a sales job.
Okay. That would be good. That's a good goal to have. Alright. Nathan.
Yeah, one of my short-term goals is just to, like, get in better shape right now.
Okay. So when you say to get into best shape, what are some steps you're gonna take?
Definitely, I think just, like, one, I've been trying to exercise at least one time a day. And, like, not being so hard on myself, you know, like if I'm not feeling it one day, I can just take a day off and, like, just make sure I can go back the next day. But I'm kind of, like, focused on, like, in the past when I'd, like, work out and stuff, I'd go to, like, extreme. Not, like, you know what I mean? I'd, like, hit it too hard and burn out, but I'm focusing on, like, a long-term health. You know what I mean? Just, like, being healthier.
Okay. That sounds like a really good goal. Does anyone else have a short-term goal that they're looking to complete in the next 2 months? Alright, Molly, do you have a short-term goal you want to complete in the next 2 months?
I want to learn, like, better people skills, I guess.
Okay. So, when you say people skills, what are you meaning?
Like, how to, like, hold a conversation.
Okay. Yeah. So, feeling comfortable when talking to other people.
Do you know who Rich Poole is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say Rich Poole.
Really good goal.
Really? Rich Poole, the agent?
Yeah. He called me. He was like, "Tell the world," and I think we should. It's time we start cherishing black moguls. You know, and Rich is someone that people need to know. This guy has completely changed the game. I'm happy and fortunate to call him a big brother, and I can't wait to.
Probably to also get a job, I'd say.
What kind of job are you looking for?
Nothing specific, just something part-time, kinda.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. Emmy. Welcome to the group. But also, we're doing open process. So the question is, what is your goal for the next 2 months?
I have a couple, but I guess mainly to, like, get back into, like, a healthy routine. Like, I am normally very organized, and I feel like I've kind of just been slacking and kind of just, like, not sticking to my lists and my schedules and things. And I also, am I able to say, I don't know in what part of, like, Mass you live, Liam, and, like, obviously you can't tell me right now, but my job is always looking for new people. So, like, after you graduate, if you want to, like, contact me and, like, we can talk about that or whatever. But obviously we can't talk about it now. But, yeah.
I think, connection is key. It's like, you never know how you can help someone else, and definitely helping someone else find a job is a great way to help other people. So, and it's good for connections. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna become someone randomly. Fred, what is one of your goals for the next 2 months?
Well, one of my biggest goals right now is, I think sometime in the next few months, I'm going to be releasing my EP that I'm currently working on.
Awesome. So what kind of music is it?
Like a lot of funk, disco type stuff.
Nice. That's a good one. Alright. Well, I hope that happens. Do you have the time frame as to when it will come out?
I took this semester off, of school, partly to work on mental health and partly to write music. So, in the next few months, I don't really have a date set, but.
No worries. That's awesome, and good on you for taking the time out. Who am I gonna call next? Nathan, what is the goal you have? Wait, Nathan, you already told me your goal, never mind. Jack, what is your goal for the next 2 months?
My goal for the next month, you said?
Yes, within the next 2 months, what's the goal you have that you want to complete?
I have a couple.
Okay.
I'm gonna slowly start to edge myself back into driving because I got a little bit of a trauma from it when I had my first car crash. I'm gonna start working out much more because I'm getting a little bit too flabby for my liking. And I'm gonna go and try and get a job because I need to do something. Sitting around is getting boring.
Okay. Alright. Good on you. Alright. Let's see. Tommy, what is your goal for the next 2 months?
I think probably one of my goals is to get back on track so I can go on. I had a couple trips planned that are sort of on hiatus, so I want to get back and replan those and be able to do those in the next couple months.
Alright. Like that. Alright. I think I got... Actually, no, I didn't. Zach, what is your goal for the next 2 months?
Probably to find a job, similar to what other people said. But I'm also in the spot where I don't really know what I'm looking for specifically.
Okay. So, everyone kind of has similar goals. Working on self, working on getting a job, working on people skills. So, I think those are some really good goals to have. So, when we have a goal like that, when we have the goal of let me get a job in the next 2 months, what are some of the steps you can take to get a job?
Sorry.
Oh no, you don't know, man. Let's go ahead.
What I've personally been doing is when I wake up, because sometimes I wake up really early. Like today, I woke up at 5 a.m. So I at least sit there and try to apply to 5 or 10 jobs in the morning, especially on Indeed because it's just one click apply. It's not really you're doing much and stuff like that. But if it's I have to go on the company website, I'll apply to 1 in the morning and 1 at night at least, just to get that out of the way, just because those applications are kind of time consuming a little bit.
Yeah, they can be, that's true. Because you are right, with Indeed, it is one click away, but sometimes with company websites, they want every information that you have. So it can be time consuming.
Also, I had to like rework on my resume, just because like it's just always good to keep it updated, even if you haven't had a new job. Just go over and look at the descriptions and like how you're describing like your previous positions, because that can always affect like who has interest in you, so to say.
Exactly. That's a really good point. To keep your resumes up to date, because even if there is like a space between one job to another, or if let's say you just got out of school and you're looking for a job and you have volunteer experience, it's really good to put that on your resume. And so, because the sheet of paper with your resume, that just tells the person that's in the interview with you what you've done in your life, career-wise. But it doesn't tell who you actually are. So it's great to have like some information on that. Just like word it in a way that's helpful to get you the job, is what I was trying to say there. So, does anyone else have any ideas as to what steps you would have to take? So Miles made a very good point in applying for jobs. So if you've applied for jobs on Indeed, or if you've gone on the company's website, what are some other steps you can take? Do I have anyone in here with a job currently? Because maybe talking about your current experience. Oh, I'm gonna go Emmy, then Tommy, okay? And then Molly.
Well, for me, when I was applying for jobs, like when I got the job that I have now, or the jobs that I have now, I, like my therapist at the time, I told her that this was something that was stressing me out, and so for one of my sessions, we literally just spent it like applying for jobs and like calling different places that like I was interested in working, and like, so like I guess having someone that like one of your supports like sit there and help you out and like, you know, yeah, I don't know, make it feel more bearable, because it is like a tedious thing sometimes, and it's like really annoying, especially like for me when I get responses. So like I try to not do too many at a time, because it's like now these people are emailing me back and I have to respond to them. Like that's a lot of pressure. So
that's true. That can be a lot of pressure, and then it can cause us anxiety, and then, oh, I have to respond to this individual, or I have to respond to this company. So it can get overwhelming. So having someone there to support you is a great way in applying for jobs. So thank you, Abby. I'm gonna ask Tommy now.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point about like applying to a bunch of things at once, because that's what I was doing too when I was applying to my jobs, and then I ended up like in a situation where you have like so many interviews, or like you have to do all this virtual stuff, and it can be like just a long process and really like anxiety inducing for sure. Something I've been doing recently, like right before this, I was kind of thinking about leaving my like main job. So I just use LinkedIn and have like recruiters that will contact me. So it just kind of makes the process a little bit easier. Like they'll call and you can have a conversation, and then it can go nowhere, or you can kind of keep it moving forward. So it's a good option if you're not sure like what exactly you want to do. Like they'll kind of come to you with a lot of different opportunities. So I've been kind of exploring that.
Definitely. Having recruits is a great way. You are right. Thank you, Tony. All right, Molly.
So when I got my job, I kind of wish I had something like Indeed, because, you know, I applied to a ton of places, but I got like 2 interviews. Okay. So, yeah. But my parents were helping me out, like finding places that were hiring and making me apply to them, even if I didn't really want to. So the job I have now, my dad actually found. They were hosting like a job fair. So we went, and I got the job. So
Awesome. Yes, a job fair is a great way to look for a job as well. I know I'm not sure if everywhere is doing it in person yet. I know different companies have different rules right now, but there are definitely some virtual job fairs happening. So if you are interested in getting jobs, I would definitely suggest looking into a job fair virtually as well. So. Has anyone else had work experience? So I think we brought up some really good points about the steps to take. So what are some other